By Rick Fox. There's Rice, street clothes on the bench. We don't know if he'll be able to play on Monday if there is a Game 5 in this series in Los Angeles. The problem is the elbow, which kept him out of the first half of the season when he was still with Charlotte. They list him as day-to-day.
Now, they're going to lose his shooting. Rick Fox, much streakier. So I talked to Scottie Pippen. He said he's not going to change his defense right now. He will wait to see what happens during the game.
Here's Barkley, who had a fantastic Game 3, and immediately he's bumped and fouled as we check in with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I was talking to Gary Beater, the Lakers trainer. He told me that Glenn Rice was fine yesterday, but about 1 o'clock this morning, he felt the stiffness in his right elbow. He came in just before the game. They came up right away, started putting treatment on it. He went out before the game and tried to warm up and could not shoot. So Gary said what it is, it's day-to-day. And they're sort of, he wants to play. He's a warrior and wants to play, but they're protecting him from himself. Keep him out today and see what happens tomorrow. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. It's 2-0 Rockets after the Pippen basket. Bryant can't tie it at the other end. Fisher takes it back. Tried to hit Shaq. Bryant comes up with it. Rick Fox. His first shot rolls off. And Barkley, who's been a monster on the boards, clears that one. Here's Dickerson.
That's a big basket right there for Michael Dickerson. He and Cuttino Mobley have really been struggling. He gets out of the gate here, and Rudy T started them today. He did not go to his bench. Sam Mack and Brent Price, those guys have played well. He's given these guys another chance. I think that's a smart move.
And in fact, Mack and Price started the second half of their Game 3 win. The finger roll goes down for Shaq.
See, Bob, if you're Rudy T, you say, you know what, if I don't start those young guys, I might lose them for the rest of this series. The game will not be won or lost in the first 5 minutes. Let me give him a look.
Olajuwon, throttled by Shaq, overshoots that one. And Bryant takes it. Hakeem had 22 in Game 1, but only 8 in the second game, and only 5, despite the fact that they won in Game 3. He's gotten into a lot of foul trouble trying to contend with Shaq. He played only 28 minutes on Thursday. Pippen, short with the 3. Whistle away from the ball. The officials are Jess Kersey, Ken Maurer, and Bernie Fryer.
Bob, you see during the winning streak what the Lakers were averaging. You see in Game 3 only 88 points. They gave up 102, but the assist, that's really has been the key. When they move the basketball, get player movement, they have been really really unbeatable. And that was not the case in Game 3.
Shaq was fouled. He's coming to the line. He led the league in free throw attempts per game during the regular season, just over 10. But in this series, part of the Rockets' strategy has been to put him on the line, especially when he gets the ball in the paint. And he's averaging 13 free throws a game in this series. In fact, he's taken almost as many foul shots as the rest of his teammates combined. He's made just 17 of 39. That's 43%. That one rattles down. The rest of his team has shot 85% on 35 of 41. So with this next free throw, he will have taken as many foul shots in this series as all of his teammates combined. And he starts by making them both.
Well, see, it's so important for Hakeem to stay out of foul trouble. They need him on the floor, and he's got to look for that little medium-range jump shot that was so good for him in Game 1. He's gone away from that, and the foul trouble has made him non-existent on offense.
Barkley right to work on Reed. Reed and Horry cannot contend with Barkley, and you see how they miss Eldon Campbell, or possibly Dennis Rodman, had he been a citizen of this planet. Fox.
Fox is a very streaky shooter. He's capable of throwing up a big night, but he doesn't have the range of a Rice. Scottie will have to just be aware of him, maybe take a few chances along as this game goes along.
Olajuwon over Shaq, who gave him some room. Pippen flies in for the rebound. And let's see what the call's going to be. The Rockets are going to keep it. Pippen wanted a foul. It's just Rocket ball out of bounds.
See, that's a real key for the Rockets. They got 19 offensive rebounds in Game 3 for 20 points. Scottie and Barkley had 13.
Another miss by Olajuwon. Tied at 6. Shaq over Hakeem. He's got 6 quick points. Hakeem has already picked up 1 foul and has to be careful.
Well, the Rockets' game plan is to double team him when Olajuwon's in there to protect him against fouls, and then play him straight up when the bench comes in.
And Olajuwon banks it home. That's his first basket. He had missed his first 3 attempts from the field. Derek Fisher misses long. Their strategy throughout has been to leave him relatively unguarded and dare him to beat them. In the first 2 games, he came through, scoring 20 and then 16. He had just 7 in the Game 3 loss. Pippen. There was contact, and he's fouled.
When Shaq gets the ball this deep, Hakeem cannot foul him, and this is what's gotten him in foul trouble. Touch fouls around the basket. This time he lets him go, which is smart. He's got to stay on the floor, and then he comes right back on the other end and wheels in the lane and kisses it off the glass. They need that from Olajuwon. Bob, they cannot get 67 points today, again, from Pippen and Barkley. They're going to need help.
Let's check with Ahmad.
All right, Bob, you know, I was talking to Shaquille O'Neal before the game, and he says that Hakeem Olajuwon is still, in his mind, the best center in the game. And the only way that he can really compete with Hakeem is that he can get him in foul trouble. So he figures that he must go right at him. That's the only way that he can control him. If he doesn't get him in foul trouble, he says that, you know, it is no matchup there. Bob?
Fisher driving around Mobley into a crowd. Can't hit. Pippen grabs it. Barkley left alone. Misses the 3, but Pippen is there on the offensive glass. Scottie, left hand. And the ball out of bounds to the Lakers.
See, Scottie's playing with such confidence. And what happened, he started this game off with a layup. Then he came back and looked at a 3, got to the foul line, got a couple free throws. Those are the kind of things that make him aggressive. He was 2 for 10 in Game 3 until he got hot with some easy ones.
Rick Fox, it spins out. Olajuwon pitches it out to Pippen. Scottie up with the left hand, and it's nowhere near. Pippen takes it back. There was plenty of contact with Fox, but no whistle. Dickerson didn't see it coming, but it bounces to Pippen. Scottie on the spin move. Loses it to J.R. Reed. Derek Fisher off the glass. Houston asks for time. We're tied at 10. 6:47 to play in the first. Game 1. Shoots 0 for 7 and scores 3 points in Game 2. Then is just 2 for 10 on his first 10 field goal attempts in Game 3. The whole season was going down the drain, and all of a sudden, he comes out of it and winds up scoring a playoff career-high 37 points.
Well, Charles Barkley told him after Game 2, he said, Scottie, I don't want to ever hear you say, 0 for 7. Maybe 0 for 12, 0 for 15, not 0 for 7. You got to be aggressive, and that's what he was in Game 2, and he fought through a bad start.
Here's Coutinho Mobley. His jumper is off, and Shaq clears it. The winner of this series gets San Antonio. They dispatched the Timberwolves in 4, but Minnesota was tough. Derek Fisher fakes the 3, now gives it up to Kobe. Spinning baseline in a crowd, ball out of bounds, touched last by the Rockets. Rick Fox will throw it in, 7 on the shot clock. Barkley playing Shaq, as he did quite a bit in Game 3. They were totally unaware of the shot clock, and it just expired on them.
Now, that's your point guard's fault right there. He's got to let you know. He's got to look up at the clock and let you know how much time is on the clock. Kurt Rambis is and shoot the basketball, and those are the kind of possessions that really kill you come playoff time. Bob, we've seen games come down to that one possession.
Dickerson to Pippen, cutting through the lane and out to Barkley. The fake on Reed and the drive.
Looks like Charles has a little bounce after 43 tough minutes in Game 3, Bob. 30 points, 23 rebounds. And I asked him before the game, how do your legs feel? And he said, I'm not sure right now. Looks like they're feeling pretty good.
He played 43. Pippen played all 48. Shaq chose to just lay that in rather than go with the emphatic slam. He's saving that for later. 12. Olajuwon swatted away by O'Neal. Ahmad reported O'Neal's comments about Olajuwon still being the game's best center. Bryant in a crowd, gets it out to Fox for three. And Pippen takes it. They've got numbers if they hurry. Mobley, Barkley, lays it in.
The Rockets want to run more after rebounds. You've seen it early in the game. They're pushing the tempo, getting easy scores.
Kobe. They gave him room and he ties the game. Anyway, back to Shaq. He is merely being respectful and gracious. At this stage of their respective careers, Shaquille O'Neal has much the better of it against Olajuwon.
I would agree completely, and I'm proud of Shaq for being like that. I like to see that kind of respect.
Barkley lets it go. Misses the three. Loose ball battle, and Dickerson comes up with it. Tino Mobley gets it back to Hakeem. Shaq knocks it away again and does so cleanly. The lob for Kobe from Fisher. Wow.
What a finish. See, Bob, I talked about Hakeem. I really believe that when he steps off the lane and squares up Shaq, he's a much more effective player right now. He can't overpower Shaq on the block. He's had his last 2 shots blocked in there.
And he's 1 for 6 so far in the game. Barkley can overpower Reed and does it with ease.
Well, they better give him some help. Well, Charles will throw up a 40-point game. He's getting point-blank shots right now, just battering himself to the basket.
Bryant pulls up and misses the three. Nothing but white shirts underneath. It's Pippen who brings it back. Dickerson. Wide open three, spins out. Kobe, one of his forays to the basket. Lakers by 2. Pippen against Bryant. Can't tie it. The follow isn't there, but the third try is.
That doesn't help your shooting percentage, but a great aggressive play that time by Scottie. Scottie more comfortable now down in the post. He feels like that he has a great advantage against Bryant down there. If they post him, that could free Olajuwon for that little jump shot I've talked about.
Barkley on Shaq. Ball squirts free. Houston has it. Here's Tino Mobley on the run. Tried to slam it and couldn't finish it. Fisher to the deck. Dickerson all over him. The ball went out of bounds, or Fisher's leg did. Either way, Houston's going to have it. But that's when we come back.
Have no defensive answers for this man, Charles Barkley. He's brutalized them inside, and he's got off to a great start here today. And you're just going to see the power. They do not want to double cover him to free up shooters, but Charles right now is having his way. He realizes nobody can stop him inside. He's got out on the break and run. He scored 8 points in the lane. And in fact, you look at the shot chart of Charles Barkley, those 2 threes he can put in his pocket somewhere along the line. I think he thinks he's a 3-point shooter.
Sean Rooks and Robert Horry off the Laker bench. Brent Price, who had a big game 3, has come on for the first time along with Othella Harrington for the Rockets. Game tied at 18, 2.5 to play in the first. Dickerson left alone. Can't hit the 3. Off Fisher's hands, though, and the Rockets keep it.
Bob, can you feel the energy anytime Dickerson or Mobley take a shot? These fans want something good to happen. These young guys have had such a great rookie season. They're struggling right now. They're really cheering these young guys on.
Hakeem Olajuwon has come back in. As soon as Rudy Tomjanovich saw that Sean Rooks was in, he seizes the opportunity with Shaq resting to put Olajuwon back on the floor. He immediately goes to work, but Horry comes over with the defensive help and denies his former teammate.
You can see the Rocket guards this series. Mobley is shooting 60%, but Dickerson doesn't have a field goal since the 3rd quarter of game 1.
Scottie misses from the side. But the rebound taken by Harrington. And as it goes out of bounds, again, the Lakers touch it last. Both Mobley and Dickerson have seen their minutes decreased markedly in this series. So they're still starting. But the important minutes have gone to Price and Mack.
Well, Brent Price has more experience, and he played a terrific game 3. He and Harrington really turned that game around with their spirit and their hustle and production.
Olajuwon guarded by Rooks. The hook is there.
See, I like what they've done here right now with Shaquille resting. They said, look, let's get Olajuwon going against Rooks. Let's maybe get him a couple baskets.
Kobe turnaround with a hand in his face. Harrington tried to sneak back, and the pass was overthrown. Now Ori pegs it up court. Only Fox and Pippen on the other side of the midcourt line. Fox spinning and missing. Olajuwon takes it. Brent Price. Here's Kobe. Quick first step. Jumper over Price. Good.
He had the mismatch that time in the open court. Brent Price got caught playing Kobe. Kobe took his time, did not get in a hurry. Took it to about 15 feet. Turned around and made the shot.
Kobe in double figures with 10. Contact, offensive foul on Price. Price came off the bench to score 10 points and hand out 7 assists in Game 3 as the Rockets stayed alive.
That's 2 turnovers now for Brent Price. He got the offensive foul there. He threw the ball away on the break. Got to take care of the ball.
Last minute of the first quarter. Lakers by 2. Bryant. Shot it long. Rebound volleyballed about and finally taken by Harrington. Pippen looking for Olajuwon. Othella Harrington. The whistle blows. It would have counted had it dropped. As it is, he's coming to the line to shoot 2. And the foul is on Robert Horry his first. Folks, you can log on to MSNBCSports.com for a comprehensive playoff section called NBA Showtime Online. Doug Collins lists key things to watch in the playoffs. Isaiah Thomas breaks down each series, and you can check back daily as Bill Walton previews every playoff game, all at MSNBCSports.com. One more coming for Harrington. His team down by 2. The big dog, Antoine Carr, comes off the bench, and Olajuwon will sit the last 24 seconds of the first quarter. Here's Bryant, guarded by Dickerson. Shot clock and game clock virtually identical. 7 seconds. Bryant turns the corner and Dickerson reaches around and fouls him. They had a foul to give.
Well, you can see the game plan for the Lakers right now with Rice out. They're trying to get Kobe Bryant as many shots as possible. They're running him off screens and they're doing him. They're letting him be out on the floor and handle the basketball more.
Last 5 seconds. Here's Kobe for 3. He's feeling it now. He scored 13. And in fact, he scored the last 13 Laker points. Pippen from beyond half court as the horn sounds. It's the Lakers by 4, looking to wrap this thing up and move on against the San Antonio Spurs in round 2.
Scottie Pippen is only 2 for 8, but 9 bounds, doing the little things to help his team. And Kobe Bryant, as you talked about, Bob, a terrific first quarter. Charles Barkley has been unstoppable. The Lakers lead by 4.
Bryant scored just 13 in all of Game 3, 13 in the first quarter here.
Well, he's taken 11 shots. He only took 17 in Game 3. Much more aggressive when Shaq rested and with no Glenn Rice. He is trying to take up the slack. They have a 4-point lead, and you see the shots came in every different area on the floor. So Kobe very aggressive to start this game.
With the Lakers up by 4, we start the second period. Here's Sean Rooks left alone. The Rockets daring him to beat them with that shot, which is off. Here's Sam Mack in the game for the first time. Deadly outside shooter. Othella Harrington over Rooks. Derek Harper in at point guard. Brings it across. Robert Horry left alone. His 3 spins out. Mack weaves his way back the other way. Harrington. It comes up short, battling for the offensive rebound. He can't control it. Laker ball.
Shaquille O'Neal will come back into the game right now, so we'll see if Hakeem Olajuwon guards him or if they slide over Harrington, maybe try to double team. They're doing everything they can to keep Olajuwon out of foul trouble. In fact, we saw Barkley play him a lot in that first quarter.
And Barkley's up off the bench, getting ready to check back in. Long one by Bryant. Kobe Bryant remains hot. He scored 15. Olajuwon against Shaq. Ball knocked away again. Continually denied in the paint. Here's Shaq at the other end. Twisting move, no good, but Fox is there. He can't clean up the mess. Now O'Neal, a third try. And the Lakers finally get the two.
Olajuwon has posted Shaq up 3 times and gotten his shot blocked every time. Again, Bob, I know this sounds like a broken record. He's got to square him up and look to shoot the little jump shot.
A few years ago, Olajuwon dominated Shaq and the Orlando Magic in the final. That was 1995. Pippen lost it. Here come the Lakers. Kobe Bryant on the pull-up. Long rebound, fought for and finally taken by Price. Othello Harrington. Pippen. Scottie Pippen doesn't have to shoot a high percentage to score a lot of points. In fact, he shot less than 50% in the course of scoring 37 on Thursday night.
Just stay aggressive. That's 10 rebounds, and he's really doing it on the offensive board. Second shots enable you to shoot a lower percentage.
Rick Fox. The Lakers up their edge to 7, 32-25 on the three-pointer. Pippen, knocked away by Bryant. Scottie recovers. Here's Mack. Got his own rebound and a whistle. Mack was fouled by Fox. He'll be at the line when we come back.
Kobe Bryant is off to a great start. You see already 15 points and doing it in a variety of ways. He's doing it on the fast break. You see the great pass from Fisher and the nice finish. Gets in the lane, takes his time over Dickerson, knocks the jumper. The mismatch on Brent Price in transition. He nails the jumper once again. Pulls up, shoots the jump shot, and again, the jump shot from outside. So Kobe Bryant with the great confidence, trying to make up right now for the loss of Glenn Rice, doing a good job. His team has a 7-point lead.
Sam Mack had a big fourth quarter, raining threes in game 1, scored 20 points in game 2, rewarded with more playing time in games 3 and 4. Here's Ahmad.
Bob, I had a chance to sit down and talk with Kobe for about 20 minutes before the game, and it is almost eerie. I have held back and never saying things like this, but he reminds you so much of Michael Jordan in the way he talks, the things that he does. He was talking about lighting it up tonight, about how his matchup was going to go, how he was in such a great mood, and the same kinds of things that Michael used to talk about. I think that he honestly believes that no one can guard him, and he also feels like he's getting better every single minute that he's playing on the court. And he came out, just like he said, on fire tonight, Bob.
Here's Derek Harper. They leave him alone and challenge him to beat them just as they did with Derek Fisher. His foot was on the line. It's a 2-point basket.
See, that's the importance of moving that ball out of the double team. The Lakers did not do that in game 3. Today they are getting good shots.
Pippen turns and misses. Lakers by 7. Harper. Now J.R. Reed. The jumper is long, and Barkley takes it. Second in the league in rebounding this year. Less than a rebound a game behind the leader, Chris Webber of Sacramento. Pippen, in all kinds of traffic, loses it. Quick Fox returns it to Shaq. Here's Harper, 4 seconds to shoot. Derek Harper, a little teardrop shot, falls home.
Well, he's playing very well. He got off to a rough start in this series. The other night came in, played exceptionally well. Looks like he's getting his legs back. But Kobe Bryant, again, on the defensive end, doing the job against Scottie Pippen. You see they're going to swarm Scottie. Shaq coming over to double team. The ball is knocked loose. The turnover. And it leads to this for the Los Angeles Lakers. The ball movement, the drive by Harper, the little flip shot. And right now the Lakers playing well. They lead by 9. And Kurt Rambis very, very happy at the way his team is playing. From the three-point line, as a result, they trailed by 9.
Ball knocked away. The Rockets will keep it. 4 years ago, when Olajuwon and the Rockets swept Shaq and the Magic in the finals, Hakeem was the best player in the NBA. Michael was just returning from the year-and-a-half baseball hiatus, and at that point, Hakeem was the man. He averaged 33 points in 22 playoff games, not just the finals, but throughout the playoffs that year. He scored only 35 points in the first 3 games of this series. Sam Mack's 3 rattles out, and Robert Horry comes back the other way. Even last year, Hakeem averaged over 20 points in the playoffs. They played only 1 series and lost to Utah. And won as O'Neal connects.
So what Shaq is doing now, Bob, he is sprinting right down the middle of the floor and parking himself right underneath the basket. And Kobe sees it and he just throws it up to him. He says, nobody can bother me in here. He does get the shot blocked, but then he stays with it and gets the score and opportunity for the three-point play. So right now, Kobe is Mr. Outside. Shaq is Mr. Inside. They're playing flawless basketball right now. More importantly, their defense is terrific. They're getting high percentage shots. And the Rockets are in trouble here right now. They trail, struggling to find any kind of offense.
And Shaq is now 3 for 3 at the line. He scored 13. Kobe has 15. Pippen. Rebound chased to the side by Shaq. Tries to whip it off the body of Pippen, but Scottie recovers. Olajuwon misses the 18-footer. Hakeem is now 2 for 10. O'Neal. Back comes Houston. They've missed their last 6 shots from the floor. Barkley looking to overpower Reed. Horry came over with the double-team help, and Reed has the rebound.
Looked like that was a shot that Charles threw up there trying to get the foul. No call. Will fatigue be a factor for this older Rocket team? They played so hard in Game 3. Will they wear down today against the fresher legs of the Lakers?
Laker turnover as Horry couldn't hold it.
And Charles working very hard inside against J.R. Reed. You see him go for the loose ball and a little flop right there trying to get the attention of the official, and then he bangs in once again, and J.R. does a nice job. He stays down, or he comes over, bangs him a little bit when he shoots the basketball. No call. They're starting to get a body on Charles Barkley and disrupt his rhythm.
Pippen head fakes around Horry, and they throw it away.
Scottie, 48 minutes the other night, Bob, and he played a tremendous game, 37 points and 13 rebounds. He chased Rice, he chased Kobe. You had Barkley playing 43 minutes. That's a tough toll to take on an older player.
That was Pippen's 4th turnover a moment ago. Shaq out to Bryant. Kobe up in the air. They've got 3 seconds to shoot. Here's Horry trying to beat the clock, and it stays down for him.
I've noticed how much fresher and quicker the Lakers are. It's like they're 1 step ahead right now of the Rockets and everything they're doing.
Sam Mack, short. O'Neal pitches it out to Harper. Olajuwon is back. Harper on the baseline, finds Horry inside. Now has it back. Look at the follow, but Bryant had his hand on the rim, and they'll wave it off. The left hand was on the rim as the right hand was tomahawking it home.
See, no check out at all that time on Kobe Bryant. He goes up and actually chins himself on the basket in a follow-up dunk. He wiped away because he used the rim to pull himself up. Great ball movement that time, though, by the Lakers. And Kobe, once again, with a spectacular finish that's wiped away.
The rookies come back in the Houston backcourt. Dickerson and Mobley on the floor now. Barkley over Reed. JR has the rebound. O'Neal just overpowered Olajuwon.
See what the position is, though? You've got to meet Shaq at the foul line. And what they're doing is they're allowing him to run all the way underneath the basket. Once it gets there, Bob, it's too late. You cannot stop him in there unless you foul him. And they don't want Olajuwon to take fouls.
The Lakers are on an 11-0 run.
But look, he runs uncontested. No body on him at all. Runs right to where he wants to go. Hakeem has got to meet him at the foul line. Put a body on him to slow him up a little bit. Once he gets in there, he's unstoppable.
Of late, Shaquille O'Neal has been getting the better of it. There was a time, even though O'Neal was playing well, when Olajuwon was simply that much better. And it was shown vividly in 1995. In fact, Olajuwon took on the best the league had to offer in the playoffs that year. He outplayed David Robinson, who had won the MVP award. Then they moved on to the finals, and he outplayed Shaq. Well, here's a look back to 4 years ago, which seems like an eternity.
It also tells you what time does to your legs, too. Hakeem Olajuwon, one of the greatest centers to ever play this game. He taught Shaquille a few lessons in that series, but right now, Shaquille has become the teacher, and unfortunately, Hakeem is learning some things from him right now.
Let's go to Ahmad.
Bob, another thing that Shaquille and I also talked when we were talking about Hakeem being the best center. Even though Shaquille has been dominating Hakeem, the thing that he says that he doesn't have, he said, I'm a dominating player, but I have no championship rings. This is my chance to maybe become the best center in the game if I can win a championship. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. The basket is good for Barkley. He scored 10. Looks like the foul is on Shaq. It is, and that's his first. As Barkley stands on the line, it might be worth mentioning, if it's possible for someone as well known as Charles Barkley to be underrated, he might be underrated as a rebounder. He's listed at 6'6". He's really closer to 6'4". And if he wanted to only rebound, not just be a prolific scorer, but only rebound, you think Dennis Rodman would have won every rebounding title for 7 years in a row?
No, I don't. And the one thing I've noticed in this series, Bob, as much as anything, is the control that Barkley's playing with. You don't see all the histrionics and everything with the fans. He is focused on his play.
Harper drains the jumper at the other end, and the Lakers are up 15.
Well, Harper's come in and played very, very well for this team. Got his legs back after that stretch where he really played too many minutes and suffered early in the season.
Olajuwon out to Dickerson. 5 seconds to shoot. Mobley will. The three is way short.
0 for 11 from 3 now for the Rockets, and we know how important the three-point shot is to their offense.
Kobe's jumper won't drop, but Fox is right there to follow.
Olajuwon just looked over to Rudy T and said, take me out of the game. It looks like he's limping here a little bit. I don't know what he did to a leg or something, but right now he's not running well. He asked to come out of the game.
Antoine Carr pops up off the bench. And now they ask for timeout with 2:52 to play, trailing by 17. Did the Rockets make their last stand in Game 3? We'll be back.
And then while we were away, he went into the locker room with trainer Keith Jones to check it out. I asked Keith Jones, and he said it's a knee, so we'll have to see exactly what the extent of that injury is.
Whatever it is, it compounds the very large problems the Rockets face right now. Down 2 games to 1 and trailing by 17. Antoine Carr pops a 20-footer.
See, that's the shot that you have when Shaquille O'Neal guards you. You can step out on the floor and make that little shot. That's the shot that Olajuwon hurt the Lakers with in Game 1 that he hasn't made in the last 3.
Kobe trying to put it behind his back, nearly lost it. They try to get it into Shaq, and there's an immediate foul.
Now, you know the philosophy. When Antoine Carr comes into the game, he's going to immediately foul Shaquille O'Neal if he gets deep in the lanes.
In game 1, Carr played 9 minutes, 4 fouls. Game 2, 12 minutes, and he fouled out. Game 3, 10 minutes, and nearly fouled out. 5 fouls in 10 minutes. Dickerson coming over on the double team, leaving Bryant free to miss from the head of the key. Barkley nearly lost it, goes to the floor, trying to regain it. And it will remain Houston ball. Ahmad has been checking on Olajuwon's condition, and let's check with Ahmad.
All right, thanks, Bob. I just found out that Hakeem Olajuwon has a sprained left knee, doubtful to return, which is not good news for the Houston Rockets. Bob?
Which makes a game 5 even more doubtful. Looking for a Houston positive, here it is. Scottie Pippen, 13 rebounds already. Dickerson out to Mobley, and Coutinho Mobley connects.
And now what's going to happen is with Olajuwon out of the game, the Rockets have to use some speed, Bob. They've got to change this game around, get the Lakers scrambling a little bit, get the ball out and get some easy baskets.
Shaq driving on Carr and losing it. Here comes Mobley. Carr again. Last minute and a half. A jumper from the baseline, air ball. Mobley on the wing, fouled by Fox. The NBA playoffs continue on NBC tomorrow with a pair of do-or-die Game 5s. The day starts with NBA Showtime at 2:30 Eastern. Then the Knicks and the Heat continue their fierce rivalry with a decisive Game 5 from Miami. In the later game, the Kings and the Jazz in Game 5 of the NBA's most thrilling series. The John Stockton shot with less than a second remaining at Sacramento, sending them back to Salt Lake City for Game 5 tomorrow.
Bob, you think about that Stockton shot. I was watching last night. Had he missed that shot, that might have been the end of the Utah Jazz's chances to win championships as we know them. That kept them alive, and Sacramento has been tremendous. That should be a great game tomorrow. I've never seen Vlade Divac play better.
But when you're the underdog, can you let a golden opportunity like that against a seasoned team like Utah slip away on your home floor and regroup in time to play a competitive Game 5? Kobe, tough shot in the crowd, doesn't drop. Harper gets the ball back. Now it squirts out of bounds, and Houston will have it.
The answer is, Bob, can you? Yes, you can. It's the mindset you go into the game. You've got to go in there believing that you can win the game. You're younger, you have more energy. You've got to go in and play the best basketball you can play for 48 minutes.
Meanwhile, once down by 17, Houston is scrambling back. They can get the deficit into single digits if they score here. Nice feed from Dickerson to Barkley, who changed the shot and was fouled.
So what they've done is they've changed the tempo. They've got out, they've forced some turnovers. Shaquille has gotten impatient during this stretch. Bobby's taken two bad shots, one on the baseline that he really overshot the basket. He doesn't have to be in any hurry. If they're going to double team him, he can free up a shot for any of his shooters anytime down the floor. He's got to be patient.
The foul is on Shaq, his second. What a series Barkley has had already. He scored 25 with 10 rebounds in Game 1. These are his season numbers. 19 points, 13 rebounds Game 2, and then the monster game, 30 and 23 in Game 3.
As bad as it's been right now for the Rockets, if Charles can make this free throw, which he does, it's under 10 points. They get a stop here, go down and hit a three. It's a 6-point game. They're right back into it, so they've got to just stay patient and keep their energy up defensively.
Shaq with Carr hanging all over it. Out to Kobe. Underhands it up there, and he was fouled. It's Carr who raises his hand.
See, Kobe did a great thing on that possession. He did not settle for the outside shot. He penetrated, took the ball to the basket. His team has been reeling here a little bit. They haven't gotten any good shots off, and now he's going to get to the free throw line. That's how you stem the opponent's run, is by getting to that free throw line and then converting.
Kobe hasn't missed one from the stripe in this series. That's 11 straight. And he shot 84% during the year.
You know, Bob, you were talking about Sacramento, the tough game they lost at home. Think about game 1 of this series. It was right there for the Rockets. They had the ball, 28.4 seconds to go, a 1-point lead, turned it over. The Lakers win. That totally changed this whole series. Just that one little, minute of basketball. Right now, the Rockets could be up 2-1 in this series very easily.
That's the nature of playoff basketball, especially in a best-of-5 in the first round. O'Neal out, Rooks in for the last few seconds of the first half. Lakers by 11. Both Pippen and Bryant have played every second of this first half. This after Scottie played every second of the entire game on Thursday. 5 seconds. Harrington. Got to get it off. Pippen trying to follow. And that's the end of the first half. The Lakers are up 11.
Have strained ligaments. The doctor told me that maybe it was a bone-on-bone bruise, but Hakeem came out during the warm-ups, tried to run around, and that is not the way he wants to go out, limping off the court, so he will give it a try as you see him now on the court. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. In the first half, Olajuwon scored but 4 points. Meanwhile, O'Neal was ringing up 15. Here's Shaq. Takes that figure to 17 immediately as the third quarter begins.
See, that's the patience that Shaq has to have. There's no need for him to ever force a quick shot up there. He can get wherever he wants to get on the floor with his power.
Barkley backing Reed down. Shaq comes over on the double team. Ball knocked away, and Houston keeps it.
Charles will say, what do I have to do to get a foul? I pump faked and got 2 guys in the air and got banged. Let's watch here now as he comes in. He bangs himself in with JR. He jumps and look at 2 guys in the air. Where's the foul? That's Charles Barkley.
I think he has an excellent case. Olajuwon's jumper is good.
That's the shot he's got to shoot right there. It's there. It's available for him. Just jump up and shoot it. He and Scottie now are combined 6 for 24 in this game. It's remarkable they're only down 11.
Kobe Bryant slicing into the lane. And Barkley claims the rebound. Again against Reed. Now pitches it out to Pippen, who drills the 3.
Inside, outside. When you give help, that's what frees up. That's why Barkley is such a tough matchup, because if you let him power it in there, he can score. If you help, he'll find a 3-point shooter. That's the first 3, 1 of 12 now for the Rockets.
Fox can't answer at the other end. Olajuwon clears the rebound. Barkley backing in. There's a whistle. The shot doesn't drop. It could have been a 3-point play, but he's coming to the foul line, and they trail by only 8.
The last 2 Rocket hoops, Olajuwon said, no place to go. I'll just jump up and shoot the 15-footer. He knocks it down. And then out of the double team, Scottie is going to spot up behind the 3-point line. You're going to see Rick Fox really in no man's land. He's not helping, or he's not staying with Scottie Pippen. He buries the 3. And Kurt Rambis cannot be happy the way his team has come out, Bob, and started this third quarter. You want to put series away. You've got a team on the ropes. You don't want to let them get back in the game. And the Rockets shot 29% in the first half. If he makes these 2 free throws, we got a 6-point game.
Well, he won't make them both. L.A. led 47-30. Since then, they've been outscored 13-4. Barkley was trash-talking like mad to Shaq in Game 3. The Lakers had checked out of their hotel knowing they could charter home if they swept it and won Game 3. Misses them both. And Barkley kept saying to Shaq as the Rockets built a lead, want to stay at my house? I got an extra bedroom. Want to stay at my house?
Charles said he was doing everything he can to Shaq. Lean up against him, bump him, grind him, do whatever, talk. He said none of it works against him.
Fisher misses the three. Shaq on the offensive glass is hammered, and he'll come to the foul line where he's made all 3 of his free throw attempts. The foul on Olajuwon is just his second. He has been in foul trouble in every other game of the series, and in fact fouled out twice in the 3 regular season games he played against Shaq.
Just the power of Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, Olajuwon had inside position. He just went over him. There was nothing Hakeem could do on that play. See his free throw shooting as the season went on. It started out at 58, sort of went down 56 in May, and in this series you see where it is. 2 misses there, so the Rockets have a chance once again to cut this to 6, maybe 5 with a 3.
Barkley missed 2, Shaq followed and missed 2 of his own. Michael Dickerson against Fisher. Pippen. Way off. Can't miss it by much more than that, but it works like a perfect pass. It would have been a 24-second violation. The ball never hit the rim, and Olajuwon took it up as the shot clock buzzer was sounding. The Rockets might have gotten a break there.
I think the Lakers stopped playing.
Shaq muscles up, and there's a whistle. Chance for a three-point play. Let's see what happened at the other end.
Well, Scottie fired up this shot to beat the clock. You see up there 2. Now you see it goes down to 1. The ball is loose.
Oh, yeah.
That should not have counted. You could see clearly there the ball was in his hands at 0-0, but those are the kind of breaks you need at home if you're trying to get back into a game.
The foul was on Mobley, his second. Shaq doesn't get the three-point play. He scored 19 points. And now he's missed 3 straight free throws after making his first 3. Pippen slices through. Goes down hard. And this is the kind of thing that could flare into something. There are people glaring at each other right now.
Now remember, Scottie Pippen's coming off major back surgery for the 2nd time in his career. And he is really shaken up on this play. That's going to be a flagrant foul. It's going to be 2 shots in the ball, but Scottie really landed hard on his back, right in the lower part of his back.
The foul is on J.R. Reed. Watch it.
When you get up in the air like this, you're helpless. Your feet go out from underneath you. You really can't brace your fall, and Scottie really took a nasty fall there. So you can't even get your arms back to brace yourself here. He's helpless. He's up in the air. Scottie really gave himself up there, and J.R. Reed took a hard foul there. See all these different angles, and it all ends up the same way. Scottie, boy, hits him in the face also, too. That could almost be a flagrant, too.
You know, Reed has something of a reputation, to be fair, as a cheap shot guy. And we'll talk more about that as Pippen collects himself when we come back. So it's a flagrant foul. Pippen gets 2 shots, flagrant 1, which means that Reed is not ejected. 2 shots for Pippen, plus it'll be rocket ball after the free throws. A few years ago, you remember, it was J.R. Reed who put A.C. Green's long consecutive game streak in jeopardy by knocking out a few of his teeth in a play that was widely criticized as one of the dirtiest plays in the league in quite some time.
Bob, this is a critical time right now. If Scottie can make this free throw, you've got a 6-point game. They get the ball with a chance maybe to cut it to 4. Misses that one. But the crowd is going to be into it right now, and the Rockets need to energize themselves with this crowd with some great play the next 2 or 3 minutes if they want to get back in this game.
So the Rockets took a timeout. That allows Pippen to gather himself and remain on the floor. He's still played every tick of the clock in this game. And now he kicks it out of bounds.
That's a tough turnover right there for Scottie. You wonder if he's maybe still a little stiff with that back, but he kicks the ball out. So a possible 4-point play, you only get 1.
Fisher guarded by Mobley. Into Shaq. Turnaround, got it.
He's just so unstoppable, Bob. That man is so big and strong.
21 points now for Shaquille O'Neal. Here's Barkley against Reed. Olajuwon. O'Neal alone underneath. Rick Fox. Ball was kicked, and the Lakers keep it with a fresh 24.
When we talked to Shaquille yesterday, he talked about how many easy shots he missed. He was in a hurry in Game 3. Today, he's making those shots. He's taking his time. He's turning, realizing no one can bother his shot. Scottie's going to sit down right now. The big thing about this is he can't sit long if he's going to come back, because then he'll really stiffen up. So this has to be a quick rest for him if he's going to be able to play again.
Looking for Shaq, but Olajuwon pokes it away into the hands of Sam Mack. He's got it back. Reed has him on a switch. He'll take it over him. And Houston continues to make a move on the Lakers. They're down by 7. They once trailed by 17. Olajuwon breaks into double figures with that basket. He scored 10. Kobe into a thicket of Rockets, misses, and Olajuwon takes it. Dickerson. Now Mack. Patino Mobley. Looking for Barkley. Ball poked away. Mobley recovers it. 6 seconds to shoot. Dickerson will. And the high arcing three comes up short.
That was great transition defense by the Lakers. It looked like the Rockets had an advantage, and a soft pass into the corner enabled the Lakers to cover that shooter to protect him from giving up an easy three-point shot.
O'Neal with a fadeaway that spins out. Back comes Barkley. Mobley, double pumps and misses. Got up in the air and really had no idea what to do next.
Well, he tried to create the contact, and Bernie Fryer would have none of that. He said, look, you were the one that jumped in there, got yourself in a position. I'm not going to put you on the line with that kind of shot.
The Lakers asked for time, trying to finish the series, and leading by 7 midway through the third.
Back in Houston, now you just recently saw the flagrant foul by J.R. Reed on Scottie Pippen. It wasn't his back that was bothering him, it was his eyes. It was having problems seeing. Right now they're putting ice on it, trying to put some drops on it, trying to clear up his vision, but that's why he's out of the game now, trying to find a way to clear up his vision. And during that timeout, Charles Barkley, very upset at everybody, just threw a chair, just trying to get his team fired up, trying to get these young boys to stay in the game. At halftime, he told me, he said, it looks like I'm going to have to try to win this game by myself. I'm sure he didn't really mean that, but he's certainly frustrated at the way that the Rockets are playing. Bob?
Ahmad, thanks. Charles was specifically upset with Patino Mobley. It appeared as Shaq goes right to work and is fouled. Mobley on that drive just before the timeout got up in the air, and on a replay we could see that Charles was disgusted that Mobley didn't either drop it off to him in the lane or pitch it to the corner where a teammate might have been open.
Well, see, Charles gives it up now. He goes in. There's a guy in the corner over here that's wide open for a three-point shot, and Charles looks and he points and says, look, there's a guy right there. You see him run back into the screen. You got to give the ball up to the shooter, and that's what happens with rookies. See, Bob, we talked all along. This is a real unique Rocket team, the Hall of Fame front line, and then you talk about 2 rookie guards that played well, but we know coming into playoffs it was a different story. Those 2 guys are 2 for 8 today, and it's really just they can't get anything from their backcourt. Brent Price has not played well today either.
After Olajuwon's 3rd foul, Shaq makes 1 of 2, and it's an 8-point Los Angeles lead. Barkley against Reed again, backing him into the paint, finding Olajuwon, who misses the baseline jumper.
Barkley did everything except put the ball in the basket for Hakeem that time. He pulled 3 guys to him and got him a wide open 15-footer.
Kobe cross-court to Fisher. Derek Fisher stepped out of bounds right in front of Rudy T on the Rocket bench. He had as good a view of it as Jess Kersey, the official who called it.
The Lakers are giving them every chance to stay in this game right now. I mean, if the Rockets could put anything together, they're only down 8.
Charles again. This time he'll shoot it and miss it, but he was fouled by Reed. Coming up on NBC.
It's NBC's big finale Thursday with the all-new one-hour season finales of Friends, Frasier, and ER. NBC Thursday.
That would be Thursday on NBC. Barkley shooting 2 as Price gets off the bench and prepares to check in for Houston.
Now, Charles has missed his last 3 free throws. And Scottie missed 1 of 2 on the flagrant foul. It's 4 missed free throws that would make this a 4-point game right now, Bob. That's how those things all add up when you're trying to make a push and get yourself back into the game. You can't pass up these opportunities.
Looking for his 14th point and gets it. The Laker lead is 7. Rick Fox, who started this game in place of the injured Glenn Rice. His bad elbow bothering him again. Rice didn't suit up. Kobe Bryant. And Olajuwon takes it. Here comes Price. A basket here cuts it to 5. Dickerson, 3 seconds to shoot. Got to hoist it up there. And he hits a huge 3. A 4-point game. The Compact Center comes alive. Bryant tries to quiet them, but can't. Price pitches it ahead to Mack. Sam Mack is fouled. Watch Rudy T's reaction as we go back to the last play. This is a 9-1-1 shot, an emergency shot from Dickerson.
Yeah, how about you have to take that when you're struggling? Dickerson gets it down, and look at Rudy T says, we're back in it. A rookie hits a big 3. We're down 4. Maybe we can steal one here and make it a game 5.
After Rick Fox commits his 3rd foul, Sam Mack, who went down hard and is taking some time to pull himself together here, goes to the line with a chance to make this a 2-point game. Late in the first half, the Rockets trailed by 17.
And that's halftime spurt. They had an 8-2 run to end the half that gave them some life to get back into this game.
And they continue to miss big free throws. Here's Derek Harper coming in. Fisher sits down. Kobe Bryant, meanwhile, has missed his last 8 shots for the Lakers after starting hot.
And can't wait to shoot the 9th one.
You know that.
Kind of confidence he's got.
That's a fact. The Rockets creep to it in 3. Fox, nice move. Rick Fox with 9. Mack quickly back the other way. Sam Mack. We got a ball game now. Shaq just taps it back to Harper. Way short with the 3. But Fox gives them a fresh 24. Now Price steps in front and steals it. Barkley out to Mack. Deadly from there. But not this time. And it's out of bounds to the Lakers. The roof might have come off the Compact Center if Mack had hit that 3, which he generally does if you give him that kind of time.
Looks like he never got on balance. His feet were not underneath him the way he normally gets them down. Kurt Rambis said, I got to take a timeout. We've scored 9 points this quarter. We're fortunate to be ahead by 3. We're in for a fight now.
This is the NBA on NBC.
Series Olajuwon with a little face-up jump shot against J.R. Reed. And then the emergency three by Dickerson. They're only 2 of 16 from behind the arc today. And then the fast break effort by Sam Mack to cut it to 3. I don't know how they're doing it, Bob, but they're staying alive. Their shooting is awful. They've missed 5 free throws this quarter.
They're 2 of 16 on three-pointers, which is usually a big part of their game. They're shooting, in this quarter, they're shooting fine, but for the game, they're shooting 33%. So the Lakers are giving them every opportunity to stay in it.
That's why you got to come out that third quarter when you've got a team on the ropes and put them away. And the Lakers have not done that. That's sort of been their problem all season long. They let teams hang around against them.
Shaquille O'Neal out to Ori. Now J.R. Reed. Kobe Bryant, cold of late. Harper out of the corner. Misses the three. Barkley takes it. A three-pointer would tie it. Dickerson. Mack. Double pumps and hits the side of the glass. The Lakers will have it.
Sam Mack, he shot the ball that badly. I thought maybe one of the Lakers got a piece of the ball, but it looked like he double pumped the shot, and he hit behind the clock, actually against the camera behind the backboard.
That is a bad shot.
That is a bad shot.
Kobe Bryant, turnaround. That is a good shot.
Because that 9th one, he couldn't wait to shoot. You talk about brimming with confidence.
He could miss 88 in a row, let alone 8. He wants the ball next.
Wouldn't matter. He just oozes confidence.
3 minutes to play in the third. Sam Mack thought about it, then Ori got up on him. It'll be Barkley. And it'll be a three-point game again at 60 to 57.
So what the Lakers are doing, Bob, they're doing a great job closing out on the three-point shooters from the Rockets and making them put the ball on the floor.
Shaquille. 24 for Shaq. More importantly, a 5-point Laker lead. Barkley double team. Mack is free. Big rebound for Harper. Lakers looking for breathing room. 2 minutes. Shaquille scores again, and this time there's a foul on top of it. He's got 26.
Well, when you get in trouble, you go to your guys who can finish. Kobe Bryant had missed 8 straight shots. He posts up, spins, and hits the baseline jumper. They come down, and they get great deep post position with Shaquille O'Neal. He gets in that painted area, then it's too late. Hakeem cannot foul him. And then out of the double team, he gives the ball up, and Olajuwon lets him get it back too easily. And he muscles himself in one more time. So what's happening is the all-stars of the Lakers are trying to bail them out of this little tough stretch they've gone through as the Rockets are fighting desperately to stay in this game.
That was Olajuwon's 4th foul. Reed left alone with Barkley. Pippen. Scottie back in and immediately making his presence felt with the 3.
You know, it might be a blessing in disguise. Scottie got a little bit of a rest there. He might be stronger to finish, and they're only down 4, so maybe a blessing here if he can have a big 4th quarter.
Ori had a good look at it and hit it.
They're booing him now, but they loved him when he made those for the Rockets when they were winning championships here.
Price can't answer. Shaq. He was fouled. He'll come to the line for 2 more. It was on Carr, his 3rd.
Now the corner away from Charles has been wide open because you see Ori getting sucked in there and helping, and Pippen just slides down to get out of his vision, and then Scottie comes over to give help against Harper, and he leaves Ori. Tries to get back there, Kent, and Ori makes a big shot to push it back to 7.
And we push it over to Ahmad. Here's Barkley. Spinning around Reed, who got a piece of it. The Rockets will keep it as it goes out of bounds. We have sent out a search party to find Ahmad Rashad, who could not be heard from a moment ago. He has now been located. Ahmad, you were saying?
I knew where I was the whole time.
There you go.
I was talking to Robert Horry before the game. I said, "Now you spent some years here. Where are the signs saying welcome back?" He pointed up to the rafters and said, "There's two big signs up there that say world champions." Bob?
There's 3 big points up there, courtesy of Brent Price. Here's Kobe on the baseline. Overshot it into the hands of Price.
Bad shot.
Barkley. Dickerson. Fouled over the back. It could have been a 3-point play.
That's a bad shot by Kobe right there. He shot it too quickly. He's for 1, but that's not a good shot right there. Now he's buried on the baseline, and they run out against him. See, right now, Kurt Rambis talking to him, but Kobe takes it down to the baseline. He looks at the clock like, I'm going to get a quick 2 for 1, but he took it so quickly. There's still 25.9 remaining right now as the Rockets run back. Dickerson runs out and gets to the line.
Where he hits the first, he was just a 64% free throw shooter in this, his rookie season. Reed takes the rebound, 1 of 2 for Dickerson to make it a 5-point game. Pippen on Kobe. Now he starts his move. Out to Harper, quick release, and got it.
Right at the clock was going off. 1 second was left when Harper busted that shot.
And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. Big basket by Harper to give the Lakers a little bit of room, up by 7 as we head for the final 12 minutes of regulation.
Harper's jumper at the end of that 3rd quarter. But you look at the shooting. Charles Barkley is 6 for 11. The rest of the team, the starting sheet, 10 for 32 for Pippen and Olajuwon, 3 for 10 for Mobley and Dixon. So that's 13 for 42 for his supporting cast. Charles needs some help in this 4th quarter if they're going to overcome this deficit.
Carr, Shaq gets up on him. His pass intended for Barkley, and they lose it.
No spacing there. Antoine Carr took the dribble. The defense closed. No place for him to throw that ball.
Lakers trying to end it here. Rockets trying to force a game 5, which would be Monday at the Forum in L.A. Kobe with 3 on the shot clock. Has to get it up there, but does he know that? Nope, 24-second violation.
Kirk saying, please, will somebody shoot the ball, a shot, throw it up in the basket, do something, but to no avail as a shot clock violation. So both these teams start the 4th quarter very poorly with turnovers.
Off Carr's hands, he chases it down, tries to save it, and the Lakers will have it on the turnover. A sloppy beginning with the season on the line for Houston here in the 4th quarter. Over the years under Rudy Tomjanovich, they've often come back from the brink, including in their championship seasons. They are 12-4, counting Game 3 Thursday night, in elimination games under Rudy T. This is another one. Six on the shot clock. Kobe styling and missing. It might have gone off Pippen's hands. Bryant went down hard. We've got a foul.
Bob, how about the move that Kobe Bryant puts on? He's right here in my vision going to the basket. Now, Scottie Pippen's an all-league defender. Now, watch this move he puts on. Shakes it behind the back, up in the air, spins off the glass, and gets the foul as the clock is winding down. This is a guy who's made one of his last 10 shots.
The foul is on Carr, and they're calling it a flagrant.
Well, what a tough start here. Now, the Rockets have had the ball twice. They've turned it over both times. And now they get, as the shot clock winding down, a flagrant foul. So 2 shots for Kobe and the basketball.
Another typical performance for Carr in this series. 6 minutes, 4 fouls. Kobe hasn't missed a free throw in this series. He's looking for 14 straight.
Now, anytime you go hard into a guy's face, they're probably going to call a flagrant. Let's watch now as Antoine comes over. Watch Kobe's face. Right there with the elbow. That is a flagrant foul. No question about it.
Kobe hits them both, and the Lakers keep the ball. Shaq doubled, puts it on the floor. Almost lost it, got it back. Slapped to the side and taken by Dickerson. The Laker lead is 9 now. Pippen can't cut into it. Kobe cut off by Barkley. Harper out of the corner. Derek Harper has hit some big shots in the second half.
See, what they've done is they've gone to high screen roll. They've let Kobe play high screen roll, and the Rockets are jumping way out to try to stop his penetration. Then they're moving the ball to the weak side, and Harper's hit a couple big shots.
A two-point basket that time. He scored 10, giving them a big boost off the bench. Olajuwon guarded by Reed, trying to take advantage, but can't. Now he has it back. The fadeaway. Won't go. Shaq with the rebound. The Laker lead is 11 again as we tick down toward 9 minutes. Horry for three. A 14-point Los Angeles lead and a Houston timeout. Horry once made 7 three-pointers in a playoff game against the Jazz for the Lakers without a miss. When he gets it going and he feels it from three-point range, he's among the league's best.
Oh, timely shooting by Horry. He's hit 2 of those. Harper's hit 1. He also hit 1 at the end of the clock in the third quarter. Those kind of key baskets have pushed the Lakers back up to a 14-point lead with 9:04 to go. Non-shooter J.R. Reed, and leave the three-point shooter right down here in the corner. One more pass and the three-point shot, and Derek Harper has been tremendous today. Derek Fisher was great in the first 2 games. Today it's been Harper. You can see he's plus 18 when he's on the floor, minus 4 on the bench. The difference in the game is 14, so I could say that Derek Harper is the difference in this game right now.
As the Rockets put it back in play, it's Barkley. His pass finds Olajuwon, who's bumped, and there's a Laker foul. No shots. Foul is on Horry, his third.
Question I have, Bob, is the Rockets expended a lot of energy in the third quarter and really got nothing done because they were ineffective with their play. Do they have anything left?
Pippen misses the 3, and a whistle off the rebound battle, a loose ball foul. It'll go on Barkley. That's his first.
See, it's one thing to play hard. It's another thing to be efficient. The Rockets played hard in the third quarter. They were inefficient. They had a chance to get back in the game. The Lakers did not play well. They blew a golden opportunity.
Lakers beat them 2 of 3 in the regular season. They've won 2 of the first 3 in this series. Looking to close it here. Bryant with the reverse, no good. Shaq is there to more than clean up the mess. The basket support is still rocking. It's still shaking. I hope it settles down by the time the Lakers come back the other way. Barkley with an easy one. But the Rockets can't afford to trade baskets. They're down by 14. Lakers using some clock. Now O'Neal. And they may be finishing it off right here.
The Rockets got no answers for that. He gets in that lane. Unless they're going to waste fouls on him, he's going to wear him out.
32 for O'Neal. Olajuwon. They let him have it, and he gets the bounce.
But you can't, Bob, as you said, you can't keep trading baskets right now. You're down in this game by 14. You got to get some stops. The question is, do they have any answers for Kobe and Shaq?
Pippen all over Ori, and a whistle. That's number 1 on Scottie.
See, Kobe goes to the basket and he attracts all kinds of attention. See, Hakeem comes over to block it. That means nobody is there to block Shaquille O'Neal off the offensive boards. And the strong finish. So just Kobe getting it at the basket got his team 2 points.
Houston trailing by 14 and with the ball. Scottie. Shaq takes the rebound. Exactly 7 minutes to play. Maybe 7 minutes left in Houston's season. Bryant on the run, off the glass, no good. Brent Price, Dickerson is free, but Price takes the pull-up 3 and misses it. Was open on the wing. Price elected to shoot the 3.
Well, you had the shirt too. You went for the home run and you got nothing.
Timeout, Lakers.
The Lakers asked for time. 6 minutes and 34 seconds away from a second-round meeting with the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, Shaquille O'Neal's having fun today. These shots he missed in Game 3, not today. Point-blank shots, taking his time, concentrating. And the Lakers are up 14.
And he's outscored Hakeem 32-12.
Shot pointers are so important for this team with the inside-outside post up. They're 4 for 24 today.
Rockets trying to pressure the ball here. They get it low to Shaq, who scored 32. Gets his own rebound. Now he's got 34, and there's a foul.
It's like he's a man playing against boys in there right now. I mean, he misses the shot, and he's so quick off his feet. Look at the power of this. He spins baseline, and this is like Hakeem Olajuwon. This guy's still a good basketball player.
As Charles Barkley said earlier in this series, referring to O'Neal, if he could make a free throw, they'd have to change the rules.
I wouldn't disagree with that. I don't know how you would stop him, because the only thing you can hope to do now is late in games foul him.
More evidence of that as the one weak aspect of his game shows up again as he misses the free throw. Not that crucial in this situation, though. Here's Olajuwon, 4 seconds to shoot, gets it to Price, who happens to be standing on the end line. As it was, Houston, with the clock working against them, had the shot clock down to about 3 seconds before they even got the ball to where they could take a shot.
I've been impressed with the Laker defense today. They've swarmed. They've chased guys off the three-point line. They've got a hand in shooters' faces. They've made it miserable for every one of the Rockets players today.
Shaq looking to pour it on. Doesn't get the bounce. Pippen to Barkley. Barkley in the lane was fouled. And coming up tonight on NBC.
You'll see a man fly. He'll take a 1,500-foot dive. The most extreme stunts ever. Dave Barlia, Extreme Stuntman, NBC tonight.
You know, it's about time Dave Barlia got a break. You can watch his death-defying stunts tonight. So the Rockets bring in Pippen. They figure for the short term, they've got a contender. It looks like they'll go out in the first round after being the 5th seed in an abbreviated season. Did it work?
No, it didn't, because you had an old front line with Olajuwon, Barkley, and Scottie, and then you have a young backcourt. And the young backcourt played well in the regular season, but not good enough to get this team a home court position that they needed. And with Scottie, who's a slasher, who's a cutter, he needs space on the floor. One post-up player, yes. You put 2 in there, there's no place for him to go. And Scottie, again, is not one of those guys that's going to seek shots to be aggressive. And he really faltered this year by really not having the kind of space he normally has. So they're going to have to make an adjustment on what they want to do next year if they bring everybody back.
Kobe out to Harper. It rattles out. Barkley chases it down. Coming up to 5 minutes to play. Houston trailing by 14. Barkley with a nice pass to Price, and they cut it to 12. Ori from Harper.
Just how much fresher they are. You can see the spring, the bounce in their legs, the crispness. You know, the Rockets are coming down and just laboring for everything. And the Lakers are continuing to get easy scores. Look at Charles.
Barkley just about mugged, but he traveled before the contact.
You know what he is? Reminds me right now, a fighter who's sort of out on his feet. He's standing, but he's willing himself to stay up. This guy, I tell you, has gotten a lot of respect in this series, and I tell you, he's gained a lot of respect from me. I've always been an admirer of Charles, but he has played as hard and as well as I've ever seen him play in his career at this advanced age. He has been the one Rocket who has stood up this whole series and played the way they could play.
At age 36, he was one of the best players in the league this year. And even a bit better in this series against the Lakers. 25 points, 10 rebounds in the first game, 19 and 13 in the second. One of the best playoff games of his life, 30 and 23 in their lone victory in the series. And even today, apparently in defeat, 20 and 8. Meanwhile, tomorrow, we've got a couple of games. They're big game 5s, starting at 2:30 Eastern time with Showtime. Hannah, Isaiah, and Pete, and then they'll decide it in Miami for the 3rd consecutive year. They go to a final game in the playoffs, the Heat and the Knicks, and then we'll be in Salt Lake City for Game 5, Sacramento and the Jazz. John Stockton punched our ticket to Salt Lake City instead of to Portland with 7/10 of a second on the clock. Coming over for the block is Ori as he swats Barkley's shot away.
How about the play of Shannon Anderson late in that game? They're down. He hits 2 big threes. He gets a drive. I mean, they got some unexpected help from places that they didn't think they would get it last night to pull that game out. The heart of a champion. They're still standing.
Price looking for Olajuwon. The Rockets are barely standing. 4 minutes to go. Down by 15. Harper takes it into the lane, kicks it out to Kobe, and there's your exclamation point. The Rockets ask for time, trailing by 17, 3:41 to play, and the Lakers apparently are headed for San Antonio.
Well, there's no substitute for young, fresh, talented legs. Kobe Bryant with the powerful finish. Takes it right to the basket. You see nobody from the Rockets even in the picture right now.
Glenn Rice, their 3rd big scorer, missing. Well, Shaquille scores 35 and Kobe has 23. It's some big moments and a handful of big games, as you can see reflected in these figures. It didn't work out exactly as planned here in Houston for Scottie Pippen.
No, and there was a lot of speculation. Should Chicago have kept their team together? And you know, Bob, I don't think so, and I tell you why. Is because I think you're seeing the value of Michael Jordan, not only his greatness, but what he did for the players on his team. Steve Kerr has struggled in San Antonio, Longley in Phoenix. Scottie's had a tough time here, although he is a great, great player. And if they didn't have Rodman, I don't know that team could have existed. So did they break him up too early? Probably for the general public, but in reality, probably not.
Well, with Phil Jackson certainly gone and Jordan gone, Barkley with a steal, and there's contact right in front of us. Barkley goes tumbling virtually into the lap of Rockets owner Les Alexander. Neither Barkley nor Alexander hurt in the exchange, but with Phil Jackson, there's Mr. and Mrs. Alexander, none the worse for wear. With Phil Jackson definitely not coming back and Jordan gone, there's no way they could have kept Rodman on the team. So it really would have been only Pippen.
And Scottie told me yesterday in an interview, he said, Doug, I didn't want to have to try to watch after Dennis Rodman by myself. I didn't want to have that, that put on my shoulders, that responsibility. So, I think the Bulls maxed it out.
Pippen for 3. O'Neal with the rebound, and Barkley bear hugs it. 2:52 left, a 15-point Los Angeles lead.
Fouls on number 4, Charles Barkley. That's his second.
Well, the Lakers won their last 4 to conclude the regular season. They've apparently won this series in 4, so they've taken 7 of 8 heading into their series with San Antonio. They only played the Spurs 3 times in this shortened season. They won 2 of 3, but it's a little misleading because the 2 victories came during the early season stretch when San Antonio was 6 of 8. When San Antonio became, perhaps for a long stretch, the best team in the league. The one time they played the Lakers during that stretch, they ran them out of the Alamo Dome.
Well, the matchup that I think is going to be very interesting is if Shaq plays David Robinson, who takes him out on the floor, who's going to play Duncan? They really don't have a big guy to play Duncan. That's going to be the matchup, I think, that will decide what happens. And we know that the perimeter shooters from San Antonio must make shots, but Avery Johnson has been terrific in the early playoffs.
They got away with not having anybody who could really play Charles Barkley in this series. Pippen to Olajuwon, contact with Ori, and a Laker foul. San Antonio, of course, will have home court against the Lakers and against anybody else as long as they stay alive.
You know what amazes me about this Laker team, Bob, and we've talked about this before. Thing that could possibly happen with this team this year, with the highs, the lows. We saw some great wins in Utah when Eldon Campbell was still here and Rodman was still here, and it bottomed out here in Houston. It was interesting. If you look San Antonio's season, it turned. They were 6-8. They came in and beat Houston by 19. Their season turned. For the Lakers, it was just the opposite. They came in and got pounded by 22, bottomed out, and their season turned. So both these teams sort of look at the Rockets as a team that got them going one way or the other.
Olajuwon now has scored 16. Coming down to 2 minutes to play in the series. And they foul Shaquille O'Neal intentionally. In the Lakers' 3 games with San Antonio, Shaq averaged 27 points, 12 rebounds, shot 61% from the field. Tim Duncan led San Antonio, averaging 23 points and 13 rebounds. David Robinson was held to just 13 points a game in those 3 games, but he had his best game in the last one.
Yes, he did. And if Shaq wants to play against David Robinson, we know that David Robinson steps out on the floor now, shoots a lot of jump shot, drives the ball. Shaq gives him a lot of space. If Shaq plays Duncan, you have to worry about foul trouble. So the Lakers are going to have to talk about how they want to match up with their big guys.
Olajuwon left alone at the head of the key, won't shoot it. Sam Mack will for 3. Lots of blue shirts underneath, and they combine to lose it out of bounds. Exactly 2 minutes to play. Lakers by 15. Shaq, by the way, has scored 37.
Let's see if Rudy T gets his starters out of here pretty soon to give them a hand here with the seasons they've had, even though it did not finish the way they would like to.
Pippen with a 3.
You know, Bob, we talked about home court advantage, how the fact that the Lakers had 2 games in the Forum and the Rockets only 1 here against each other. But you know what? I think you can see right now a superior team is the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ab flip. It's the Rockets who have been pushed to the brink and over in this one, though. Less than 2 minutes remaining in their season. Shaq has averaged 29.5 in this series to Hakeem's 12.7. Hakeem is a career 27-point-a-game playoff scorer.
Just too much power. They had absolutely no answers. And in fairness, Hakeem was in foul trouble in 3 of the 4 games. Was totally taken out of the games. His outside jump shot didn't go when he had it. And inside, when he was matched up against Shaq, Shaq was just way too strong and powerful.
That's the first free throw that Kobe has missed in this series. So now he looks for his 24th point of the game.
See, what I liked about the Lakers today, Bob, after the game the other night where they stood around and sort of watched Shaq play in the second half, they got very stagnant, no movement, no cutting. They moved the basketball today. They made the extra pass. They got the open shooters. More importantly, look at the defense. The Rockets have 79 points, not the 102 that they got the other night.
Kobe Bryant picks it off.
Remember now, Charles Barkley's a free agent, and Bob, I think he will be back next year. I think Charles finished this season strong. He's worked hard, probably in the best shape of his career. A lot of speculation. Will he be back? I think Charles will be back.
Nice snap pass inside to Ori from Kobe Bryant. Well, next year, his pay is going to take a gigantic leap.
Yeah, they can pay him as much as $14 million next year, so Charles will work real hard this summer. This could be a summer to make a lot of cash.
And he was in the best shape in a long time, maybe of his entire career for this season at age 36.
How do you think Scottie Pippen feels right now? It's been 6 years of playing in the playoffs that he's had this feeling of being eliminated, where he had 3 championships, and then he did lose without Michael. But now, the first time he's felt the taste of walking off the floor without somebody handing you a championship trophy.
Olajuwon just made the last basket, giving him 18. At age 36, he's obviously still a good player. He's also obviously past his peak. How much does he have left?
Well, I think with Charles, I don't think you can be in a situation where you're going to ask him to create as much as he did. And Olajuwon, I think what you're going to have to do with him, Bob, is I think he's going to have to change his game a little bit like Ewing in New York, where maybe he gets out on the floor, maybe not the guy that touches the ball so much, and maybe shoots a few more outside jump shots. So they've got some decisions about the roles both of those guys play. Pippen's going to be here, and you see Scottie really struggling with that back right now. He's really, really limping.
Sam Mack hits a three to make the final look more respectable as they creep to within 10. The Lakers put Travis Knight on the floor. And Houston still trying to push this to the very end. Wisely fouls Knight, who hasn't seen any daylight at all in this series. At least not much to speak of. He rattles the first one home. One of two. Lakers by 11. Another three for Mack, and it's good again. They foul Harper right away. Pippen coming over to grab him. 36.3 on the clock, and the lead in single digits.
Well, the lead will not reflect the dominance of what the Lakers did to the Rockets today. Glenn Rice is not here. Question is, will he be ready for the San Antonio series? They need him in his outside shooting, another weapon in that Laker attack that has been so potent at the end of this season.
Well, it couldn't work out better for Los Angeles. They don't have to expose Rice to further aggravation of the injury. He gets to rest for a while, and that increases the chances that he's ready and closer to 100% against the Spurs. Harper hits them both.
Timeout, Rockets.
The Rockets ask for time. And we'll be back after these messages and a word from your local station. Kobe Bryant, 24, played every minute of the game. He also had 8 assists. Barkley led the Rockets with 20. Pippen and Olajuwon each with 18.
And the barometer for the Lakers, Bob, the assists. 26 assists today. In the loss, 17. In the wins, they've averaged 25 assists.
Brent Price comes up with a loose ball and misses after Kobe Bryant had gotten a piece of the shot by Scottie Pippen. And now Sam Mack fouls Derek Harford. 22 seconds and change remaining. What kind of chance do you give the Lakers against the Spurs?
That's going to be a great series. And that's going to be a toss-up. The Lakers are playing the best basketball of their career. San Antonio has really shown me something. The way they finished the season, the big wins they got at home when they needed them. They went on the road. They beat Utah. They get into a tough series with Minnesota, win a couple. Both teams are at the top of their games right now.
Tyronn Lue comes in. The rookie guard from Nebraska playing a few seconds here as Bryant exits. He'll be credited with playing 48 minutes. Scottie Pippen is held by Lue as he tries to grab the pass. And that stops the clock with 13.2 remaining. You know, it's another interesting matchup. Philadelphia against Indiana.
Great matchup. They're going to have to find some answers for Allen Iverson. Was he terrific? And the defense from Philly, that'll be a tough series for Indiana because Indiana struggles with quickness. And speed and quickness is the calling card of Philadelphia. They throw some terrific athletes out on the floor. It's built around Iverson, Theo Ratlif's shot blocking, Geiger. They played a great series.
As the 6th seed, they beat the 3 Orlando. Now they'll get the 2 Indiana. The winner of the Miami-New York series plays the Piston-Hawk winner. Both of those series going the limit. They'll play their 5th games tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. This one is over in 4. The Lakers knock the Rockets off. Charles Barkley played heroically in defeat throughout the series, and his Game 3 on Thursday night was really one of the best playoff performances in recent years in the entire league.
Yeah, Charles is walking off. You know he's disappointed. He's been looking for that championship ring. It will not happen again this year, but his effort was heroic. He was tremendous. Look at the look and the pain on Charles Barkley's face. Rudy T, ever gracious in defeat.
All the way.
So that's going to wrap it up from here. Again, the final. The Lakers win it 98-88. Coming up next, an NBC special, Dave Barlia, Extreme Stuntman. That's followed by a 2-hour all-new profiler coming up next on NBC. For Doug Collins and Ahmad Rashad, this is Bob Costas. Good night from Houston. You've been watching the NBA on NBC.
It's